So, Mark Thompson, would you step on up? Good afternoon, fellow PECG members. How's everybody doing today? Good. One more time, how's everybody doing today? Good. That's what it's about. It's about energy and passion. And that's what I believe we can accomplish anything with energy, commitment, and passion. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about success without a vision. I'm going to say that one more time. Success without a vision. But first, I have a little bit of housekeeping to do first. First, I want to thank the fellow PECG officers who have put this event on for us today. Dean and Jeff and Susan, let's give them a round of applause for what they've done. This is a beautiful event. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be the VP of Motivation. And I'm excited to be back here among friends, among family, among co-workers. But the first thing we must do before we get into the meat of our talk is, fellow PECG members, I want you to know something. That today, I don't come to you like I got this thing called life figured out. No. I have my good days and bad days, my trials and tribulations, my struggles, my victories, just like you. So I don't have this thing called life figured out. I'm on a journey, just like you are. And on that journey, I'm learning some things. So I just want you to know that I don't have it figured out. But I know all of you have just got through eating some barbecue and some fun there. So we're going to have to bring the energy level up a little bit because I know we're a little comfortable now. We've had our food. So I want everybody to repeat after me. I feel good. I feel great. I'm ready to learn more so I can earn more. I want you to high five somebody to the left and right and say, I got a big dream. Now, I want you to look around and look at the energy has shifted. I see smiles on your faces. The energy has shifted. And that is truly what it's about. Now, I said earlier, we're going to talk about success without a vision. And I'm going to break that up into two parts. I'm going to talk about a business part of this, and I'm going to talk about a personal part of this. We're going to start off with the business part of this. Now, the other day, I'm at home, I'm looking online, and I'm looking at some of the businesses that we were probably all familiar with, that I believe had success, but not necessarily a vision. We look at companies like Kodak, Borders Books, Blockbuster. How many of you remember Blockbuster? Blockbuster Video. They were the big kid on the block back in the late 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. They were the dominant force. Blockbuster Video. One of the places I love to go. But Blockbuster Video was very successful, but didn't have a vision. And back in the day, Blockbuster, they're making, $8 million a year, 60,000 employees, 9,000 locations. And believe it or not, in their peak, they were making $800 million in late fees. Now, I want to know how many of you still have some late fees out there? Anybody has some late? I know I paid some late fees. $800 million in their peak. But they didn't have a vision for where they were going to go in the future. What they didn't realize was small companies like Netflix, Redbox, and cable networks were streaming movies directly to customers. By the way, no late fees. See, they didn't have a vision. And here's something very interesting. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. You think, well, how does that happen? See, they had the success, but not the vision. And here's something most people don't know, and I just learned this. In 2000, Blockbuster had an opportunity to buy a young, kind of struggling company for $50 million by the name of Netflix. We all know who Netflix is. $50 million. What Blockbuster didn't realize was Netflix was the future that they didn't have. They were the vision that Blockbuster didn't have. See, businesses have success, but no vision. And I began to think about that. I said to myself, Mark, there was a lesson there. There was a lesson behind having success, but no vision. vision. And I look at it from a personal perspective. Fellow PEG members, these next two questions are the core of my talk today. And my goal today is to have everyone in this room think about these questions. Maybe on your way back to the office. Maybe at home tonight when you have a few minutes to yourself. But I really want you to think about these questions because I had to think about it. On my journey, just like you, I had to think about it. The first question I really want you to think about because we kind of breeze over this word. And the question to you is, how do you define success? I'm going to say that one more time. How do you define success? Not how society defines success. What is a successful life on your terms? See, I had to think about that question, fellow PEG members. And hopefully all of you here have thought about that question or are thinking about that question. What is success? And I allow society to say, well, this is what's successful. Well, if I have the house, if I have this number on my paycheck, then you are successful. Or I am successful. And we've all had that level of success. But in the end, is that your definition of success? And I want tonight, when you on your way home from here, think about that question. What is success on your terms? The next question I want you to think about is this. Are you placing a value on your dreams? Yes, I want you to think about it. Are you placing a value on your dreams? And I have another question. If you're not placing the value, who is? Who's placing that value on your dreams? Because if you don't do it, no one else will. I would imagine if I were to visit one of your homes or offices, you have pictures on the walls of the family. Now the pictures themselves, the paper is really not worth that much. But it is the value you place on that photo that gives it meaning. So my question to you is, are you placing a value on the dream that you want for this life? A good friend of mine, Mr. Jeff Parsons, is an author because he placed value on that dream. I'm asking you, what is the value that you want to place on your dream? These are the two questions. On your way back to work, on your way home, I want you to think about it. I finally got to the point where I had to redefine success, where I place value on my dreams. There are many people out there that tell you you can't do something. Of course they do. But you got to be willing to fight for your dream. I'll tell you that. If you really want your dream, and I believe we all have skills, gifts, talents that we have that go untapped. So what is your legacy? What is your life's message that you want to live? What is the dream life that you want? See, we get busy making a living, we forget to make a life. We forget to make that dream life we've always wanted. Maybe you want to be an author. Maybe you want to start a nonprofit. I don't know what you want to do, fellow PEG members, but I know you have something to give. We all have something to give. Today, I am giving you what small gift I have. This is part of my dream. And I'm going to give my dream because that's what it's about. I placed a value on it finally, and my life has changed. Pursuing our dreams, in closing, is a fight. And it's not a fight against anybody, it's a fight against you. That's what you have to struggle every single day. Fellow PEG members, and I close with this. This world is in a fight against us, fighting to make us feel different, fighting to make us doubt our dream, fighting to make us feel not good enough. We must fight through some of the bad days in order to get to some of the best days of our lives. Courage. Sometimes courage is being scared to death of that next step of our dream, but moving forward anyway. We've come too far to stop now. So have the courage to commit one more time, believe one more time, try one more time. Passion. oxygen of the soul, the fuel of our dreams. Passion will lead us toward what we thought was impossible. Passion will give us the voice to speak our dreams into reality. It's about fighting for the dream with everything that we have. It's about fighting to be better than we were yesterday. It's about fighting to be you, because you are all you need to be. This has been the Mark of Inspiration, reminding you to shoot for the top, because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mark. I hope that helps you. I hope that carries through your day.